Welcome back to Rodecast, guys. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm your host, Rod, as always. And in this video, we're going to be looking at a hilarious and goofy video posted on the main YouTube channel for the New York Times. This is their official channel with over 4 million subscribers, and they had the gall to post this, okay? So this video was hilarious for multiple reasons. They're defending illegals, first of all, but the way they filmed this is the most interesting and hilarious part because they're trying to mimic like a 24 episode with Kiefer Sutherland where there's a countdown to some kind of bomb exploding and they have to go save the innocent victims. Except in this case, they're literally all about saving illegal aliens who invaded our country.
We need more assistance down those, at those entrances. Hi, Donald. This is Lily from our bridge. I'm just calling because we had reports that ICE is probably on campus. We were wanting to see if we could make rounds.
Inside, please. This after-school program in East Charlotte has been a safe space for immigrant children.
Yes, in the front entrance.
But today there are reports that Customs and Border Patrol agents are approaching.
And I'd like people down at this entrance as well to just watch that door.
Staff rush to lock down the building.
They do not have the right to be on this. This is private property.
Yeah?
Jack, I know this isn't protocol. Please don't hang up on me. I need your help.
Hold on, I can barely hear you. I don't have a very good signal, excuse me. What is it?
They got Tony and Michelle. Michelle is dead. Tony's in critical condition. Now they're gonna kill me.
What are you talking about?
There's 4 people that know you're alive. 3 of them are down. Jack, I'm the only one left. This has to be about you. It's the only thing the 4 of us have in common.
They say this is the second day in a row that immigration enforcement has showed up.
We're walking up right now.
So did you guys notice the heavy breathing? That's the funniest part. Like that, they're trying to mimic like a 24 episode. Like I said, there's a countdown to the bad guys that are going to get us, right? Look at the heavy breathing here. Okay. And them being on like fake phone calls for this video. They filmed this. It's all on film, but it is hilarious what they're trying to do here. It's like the Nazi stormtroopers are coming. The bad guys are coming. The home invaders are coming. The terrorists are coming. And we got to protect the beloved illegals who broke into our country. This is what they're trying to push. Okay, you got to save the illegal children. It's an after-school program. When they say immigrant, they mean illegals. Okay, not immigrant, like legal immigrants. If they're legal, there's nothing to worry about.
We need more assistance down those, at those entrances. Hi.
Notice the heavy breathing. That's why the filming style reminded me of a 24 episode because that's exactly how they are. Somebody's heavy breathing, running around, making phone calls. That's the style they're trying to mimic here.
There was a guy outside my apartment, and he was chasing me.
Oh my God. Where is he now?
I think I lost him. I'm at a payphone. I dumped my cell phone, but I don't know what to do now.
Chloe, you need to go dark.
It's like a B-rate version, a CD-rate version of a 24 episode.
Hi, Donald. This is Lily from our bridge. I'm just calling because we had reports that ICE is probably on campus. We were wanting to see if we could make rounds.
Inside, please. This after-school program in East Charlotte has been a safe space for immigrant children.
Yes, in the front entrance.
But today there are reports that Customs and Border Patrol agents are approaching.
And I'd like people down at this entrance as well to just watch that door.
Staff rush to lock down the building.
They do not have the right to be on this. This is private property.
They say this is the second day in a row that immigration enforcement has showed up.
We're walking up right now to a CBP sighting here.
In a statement to the Times, the Department of Homeland Security stated it did not target a school or daycare and denied trying to enter or make any arrests near the building. Across Charlotte, more than...
By the way, that is absolutely correct. The only people telling the truth, as always, is DHS. There was no raid. There's no reason to panic. All the heavy breathing and running around like a 24 episode was all for nothing because nobody showed up. There was no ICE raid or Border Patrol or anything or in this building or near it. Okay. They always pretend, they try to pretend as, if ICE is going after the most vulnerable people, they always say, oh, they're going after the children, when really the only time that ICE and Border Patrol have ever entered a school or gone near a school is when an illegal ran into one or drove near one. That's the only time. They never targeted a school. I think they should target schools. I don't agree with that. I think they're being a bunch of cowards by not going into schools and getting all the illegal kids going to churches. Go wherever you want. Okay, they have the right to now. Trump got rid of the policy of sacred spaces where Biden administration said that ICE will never go into any of these places that are considered sensitive areas, which they just made up that rule, by the way. And the Trump administration rightfully got rid of that. Stephen Miller was behind that, I believe. And that was a good thing. So they can actually go into any place they want and get the illegals. And they should. But Todd Lyons is too much of a coward. And honestly, even Kristi Noem, who I like a lot, is too much of a coward. They're worried about how it would look on the media, how they would cover it. Oh, the ICE went into a school and arrested somebody. That's the headline they don't want. They're afraid of it. And I get it. Some people are sensitive to that. A lot of Americans who bleed their hearts out anytime kids are mentioned, they start crying and weeping from bleeding from their eyes. So I get it. But nevertheless, you should go wherever the illegals are. Okay. And you should not be scared of what the repercussions are. Your job is to enforce the law. And if Americans don't like it, that's a sad day for them. Okay. Instead of blaming the police, you should be blaming the illegals who broke into our country, who have no respect for the people who built this country or the people who live in this country or our borders or our federal laws. Okay. This entire video and what the New York Times posted here is about trying to make Americans feel sorry for a bunch of people who invaded our country and popped out a bunch of anchor babies. And they want us to cry now that they're worried. And they're worried for nothing, by the way. In this video, like I said, no ICE or Border Patrol came here to this building. But nevertheless, they panic like a bunch of idiots and they're running around like a bunch of chickens without their heads.
370 people have been arrested so far, sending large parts of the immigrant community here into hiding.
A lot of families, even regardless of legal status, they're afraid and they're staying home.
People aren't going to work, businesses are closing, and kids aren't going to school. According to city officials, about 20% of the city's student population was missing from school on Monday.
La verdad, sí vivimos con una gran incertidumbre, porque de hecho nosotros...
As predicted, no English spoken. And by the way, if they're not going to school, these Hispanics, that's a great thing. I don't care if they're legal or not. They all belong in Mexico anyways. They shouldn't be here in the first place. Okay, that's first of all. The fact that they're not going to school, they seem to think it's an argument against ICE, but I think it's great. When you say that, that means that American kids are actually getting the attention they need in the classrooms. Instead of having 60 people, they can have 30 people when all the illegals are taken out of school and they're anchor babies. Look at the entitlement built into that statement. Okay, oh, they're not even getting an education. They're not even supposed to be here. Okay, they're not even supposed to be here, let alone get the benefit of an American education. Which is not that great, by the way. Okay, and that it's declined because of the fact that we've been invaded. And the quality of the education has diminished because of the fact that we are overcrowded and American children can't get a proper education and the attention they need from their teachers because the classroom sizes are huge and it's hard to manage all the kids that have been put in there.
No sé si fue el sábado que agarraron a un vecino por acá. Carros acá rondando, se iban para allá. Entonces dije yo, esto deben de ser de la policía, porque los de ICE, porque entraban rondando así, se iban para allá y de ahí para allá, y dije yo, wow, nos andan cazando.
Yes, we are hunting you because you're animals who have invaded our country. You don't get it? You don't get it, Maria? Okay, and of course she's huge, like you've been eating all kinds of tacos and enchiladas, and then of course popping out anchor babies. Okay, carrying one in her arm right now in this very video. And all the writing on the wall, Spanish, no English. Why bother learning the language of the country you invaded?
Allá, y dije yo, wow, nos andan cazando.
Maria asked to only be identified by her first name.
It's hilarious that they called her Maria because I do that all the time, but as an insult. But they actually called her Maria. That's hilarious.
Wow, nos andan cazando.
Maria asked to only be identified by her first name for fear of being arrested. She said she and her husband, who are both undocumented, and their three
illegal aliens,
and her husband, who are both undocumented, and their 3 children have not left home in 4 days.
El más grandecito pues ya va comprendiendo las cosas. Él a veces me pregunta, mami, ¿por qué no salimos? Mami, ¿por qué no voy a la escuela? Con esto de ICE, uno se preocupa mucho porque hay mucha separación de las familias con los niños, no respetan a los niños.
Our bridge suspended its after-school program after Border Patrol showed up on Monday. Its staff is now delivering food and essentials to families like Maria's, who remain in hiding with their children.
These specific families that we're heading to right now, they contact...
Of course, it's a freaking Indian boy with a freaking earring. Why are they hiding? That's the question you should be at. Why are they hiding? Oh, that's right, because they're not even supposed to be here. It's somehow heroic, according to the New York Times, who actually had the balls to post this video because they care more about illegals than they do about Americans. They're not posting videos about problems Americans are having, which they are, by the way, with poverty and many other problems. But no, they covered this. This is what they spent their film crew's time and money on, going to film how these disgusting people are trying to help illegal aliens who are hiding, who invaded our country. Because they have no respect for our borders, the New York Times. They want these people to invade, and they're willing to feel sorry for basically anybody, basically criminals who broke into this country. And, they have no qualms about that. They're on the side of the criminals and supporting the illegals and covering this group, this nonprofit who's bringing food to the people who invaded this country. This is the liberal side. This is the progressive side. Okay. And as much as I want to try to understand and be kind to our fellow Americans, they make it very difficult. Okay. But I'm still going to do it, but it's very difficult. Okay. There are fellow Americans, so I respect that they have this ideology, but it's very annoying and very disappointing that they're supporting people who invaded this country. Instead of trying to protect their own borders, they're trying to give food and aid to people who invaded this country. It's very disappointing to see that. But that's what people are doing, and we have to cover what they're doing. That's what I do on my channel.
Staff is now delivering food and essentials to families like Maria's, who remain in hiding with their children.
These specific families that we're heading to right now, they contacted our team and they let us know what specifically they needed. So that's what we're dropping off.
Hola, soy Chris. Con Average for Kids tenemos un paquete de comida para ti.
In just 2 days, their number of requested deliveries jumped from 40 to 267.
Muchas gracias. Gracias a Dios.
Maria said she doesn't know when the immigration operation will end, but she and her husband will stay home until it does.
Al tiempo que tenemos es primera vez.
Yeah, you're going to be staying for a long time because even though Border Patrol has left North Carolina and Charlotte, ICE is now there. Okay, so ICE is now doing operations at a smaller level, but they're doing operations and they're never leaving. Okay, and Border Patrol will be back as well after they're done with their Louisiana stuff. It's like a rolling thing where they're going from state to state. But ICE is still doing operations, so they're gonna have to hide forever. You don't have to deal with all this concentration, Maria. You can just go back to Mexico and you'll be fine, okay, with your anchor babies. That's where you belong. You don't have to live with all this fear if you haven't broken into somebody's country. It's like somebody broke into my house and now they're refusing to leave and people are bringing them food to help them continue to invade my house. That's what's happening here. That is the exact analogy to what's happening here.
But she and her husband will stay home until it does.
Al tiempo que tenemos es primera vez que vivimos algo así, estar encerrados, porque estamos encerrados.
You have locked yourself in because you're in a place that you don't belong. And you and your husband have put your children in this position, okay? And no matter how much these people are trying to help you, eventually ICE is going to get you. So you might as well cut your losses and all the fear and consternation that you have to experience because you invaded my country. You should just pack your things and go back to your own country. And then you can live in freedom. Okay, you might not have all the things that you have here that you've stolen from us, but you can build your own life in your own country. But no, they don't want to do that. They don't want to build up their own country. They want to come and steal from everything that the Anglo-Saxons and Germanic people have built in America and use our resources to better themselves and pretend that they have some kind of right to be here. You have no rights to be here. You need to go back to your own country where you'll feel safe. But if you live here, the ICE is going to keep hunting you down. And eventually they're going to get you. And you're going to be dragged away in handcuffs. And you're going to be going back to your country anyways. So might as well cut the trip short and go back now. But, it's up to them. It's up to them. And all these people who are trying to help them should be ashamed. And the New York Times should be ashamed of actually posting this video. It's shameful that they're trying to make ICE look like the bad people who are trying to enforce our laws and make the illegals look like the sympathetic, victims who need help. The people who invaded this country, they're the victims, according to the New York Times. The way that this video is narrated and put together and filmed, the illegals are the victims and ICE and Border Patrol are the Nazis. That's the way they put this video together. Okay. It's like the Nazis are coming to hunt Anne Frank. That's the narrative they're trying to push here, which is hilarious. The invaders are the victims. That's their belief, but they are ridiculously wrong, gravely mistaken, and extremely unpatriotic. And that's all I gotta say for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in my next one, as always, and stay safe out there.